typically, where's the responsibility for fixing these, maintaining bots and maintaining automated processes within organizations, and what's the impact of where that sits on their ability to scale their program?
That of course depends on the decisions made early on in the organization, but quite a typical approach has been in how we've seen it in the market is that the developer who created the solution, the automation in the first place, continues to maintain it in the future. And that's quite easy, of course, an easy solution as the developer knows the solution quite well. They have spent 2-3 weeks in creating it and so on. So if it fails, they would probably quite easily be able to jump in that, I know what the issue is about, and I exactly know how to fix it. And that might be very efficient when you're not having a big portfolio in place. But as the kind of the responsibility of maintenance is first in the delivery teams, it might lead to a situation that your productivity or the delivery team's productivity stagnates, and we made based on our data that we see as stated from solutions that are already quite optimized, that the maintenance requirement for one individual process on a monthly level would be on a level of 5 to 7 hours of maintenance work. So of course, if your developer, if you have an target setting that let's automate a huge load of processes and we can make it with 2 or 3 FTEs, then if your maintenance, if your delivery capacity is also doing the maintenance, it easily leads to a situation where the actual output of your delivery team starts to fall within the year. As how we have identified it in digital workforce is that when someone has created 10 automations, you're basically not able to really execute new solutions anymore if you don't get rid of them. And that of course jeopardizes your whole program, what you want to get out from RPA, and also it might be a tricky from human resources perspective and employee experience perspective, as many developers are again maybe not so keen on working in operations activities in all cases. And of course, like if we think of that, your whole delivery resource is maintaining and to get then maintaining as well, then when going forward with your RPA program, at some point you end up in a situation that to get to your targets, you need to hire more people to delivery or operations or get rid of the operating of the processes, or then you have to just agree that you're not going to reach your targets. And of course, we have to remember that even though the maintenance need of one single process is between 5 and 7.5 hours and so on, it of course doesn't happen so that now today I work 5 hours to maintain the process, but it comes as of incidents here and there in a kind of an unpredictable way during the month. So you might be just entering a UAT, for example, to accept a new solution to production with the business unit responsible for it, and boom, then you have an failing RPA solution that you created before, and you have to jump into that because the other business unit sees it as a very critical one. And quite often this is a pain point for quite many customers that we have. Many have been able to handle this situation of when scaling up, but that always requires that you build some kind of maintenance operation or the activities around it and use a certain amount of FTEs to just maintain the solutions and see that they are operated in a stable way.